Hi guys, today's class will be about pressure belts and wind systems. Okay, so in this lecture we'll be dealing about how different types of pressure belts are formed throughout the globe and how they are responsible for the winds that blow throughout the globe. Okay, so first let's understand what is pressure. We all know what is atmospheric pressure. So these pressure belts are caused because of the atmospheric pressure at a particular place. So what is atmospheric pressure? Force per unit area exerted against a surface by the weight of the air above the surface. So force per unit area exerted by the air column that is above that particular surface is called as atmospheric pressure. Then let's come to isobar. What is isobar? It is an imaginary line drawn through the places having equal atmospheric pressure. Okay, so whichever places have equal atmospheric pressure, a line is drawn to join those places, and that particular line, imaginary line basically, is known as the isobars. Okay, you all must have seen it in your schooling. Okay, so you all must be knowing about this concept. Now let's come to the pressure belts. Okay, so throughout the globe there are 7 pressure belts. Okay, and as you can see in this diagram, first one is the equatorial low pressure belt. As the name suggests, this belt is situated on the equator. Okay, so what do we have at equator? At equator we have low pressure. Okay, why is this so? It is because at the equator the temperature is very high, and that's why the air becomes rarer and hence the pressure is low. Moving forward to the tropical areas, we have tropical high pressure belt. Okay, that is because the temperature starts dropping as you move from equator towards the pole. Okay, again at the temperate zones or the temperate regions, we have the temperate low pressure belt. This is because the temperate places receive direct rays of the sun because of the tilt of the earth, the concept that I taught you in the seasons faced by the earth. Okay, so temperate at temperate zones we have temperate low pressure belt. Okay, and then again moving forward to the polar regions, we have polar high pressure belts because at the polar regions the temperature is very low and hence the air becomes denser, and hence at the polar regions we have high pressure belt. Okay, so this is how the uh, earth is divided into 7 pressure belts. All right, let's move forward. So now because of the difference in the atmospheric pressure, the earth experiences winds. Okay, so what is wind? Basically horizontal movement of air due to atmospheric pressure is called as wind. Okay, horizontal movement of the air is called as wind, and this movement is because of the atmospheric pressure. Okay, so winds are divided into three parts, like three types. First is the primary, second is secondary, and the third is tertiary. Okay, now we'll see, as we move forward, we'll see in deep what is meant by primary wind, what is secondary wind, and what is tertiary wind. Okay, so before that, let's see what is Coriolis effect. Okay, so Coriolis effect basically leads to the deflection of winds. Okay, winds in the northern and the southern hemisphere deflect in a particular direction, and that is because of this Coriolis effect. So why is this Coriolis effect experienced? It is because of the rotation of the earth around its own axis. So suppose, see here, wind is flowing from high pressure to low, from if the wind is flowing from the high pressure to low pressure, what will happen because of the rotation of the earth, uh, from the place where it will start to the place where it is supposed to reach, like its destination, at that particular place it will not move straight. Since the earth rotates, it will deflect, deviate. Okay, and that deviation is called as this Coriolis effect. So what happens because of the rotation in the northern hemisphere, if the wind is moving in the in this direction, in the uh, northern direction, the wind will deflect towards the right, and if it is blowing towards the southern direction, it will deflect towards the So now before we move forward and see the primary, secondary and tertiary winds in detail, let us know what is meant by Coriolis effect. So Coriolis effect is basically related to the deflection of winds. These planetary winds that blow, like planetary winds means the primary type of winds. Okay, so these primary type of winds that blow from one pressure belt to the other pressure belt deflect. Okay, deflect in a particular direction. That effect is called as Coriolis effect. So this Coriolis effect is because of the rotation of the earth. Okay, so suppose a wind is blowing from one particular place or one particular pressure belt to the other particular pressure belt, what will happen? It will not go straight. It is supposed to go straight, but it will not go straight because of the rotation of the earth. It will start from one particular place and it will deviate a bit because of the rotation of the earth. Okay, so what happens in the northern hemisphere, the wind will deflect towards the right. So whichever direction it is blowing, suppose it is blowing from this place to this place like this, in the north direction, it will deviate to its right. Okay, and suppose it is flowing from the northern direction to the southern direction, it will deviate towards its right. Okay, so this is its right, whichever is coming down, and whichever is going upward, this is its right side. The opposite is the case in the southern hemisphere. As you come to the southern hemisphere, if the wind is traveling from south pole to the equator, what will happen? It will deviate towards its left. So what happens in the southern hemisphere? The wind deviates towards its left. Okay, so if it's blowing from south pole to equator, it will deviate in the left direction, that is in this direction. So it is, suppose if this is the direction that is supposed to be actually the direction of the wind, it will move, it will deviate towards the left. This is the left. Okay, and if it's blowing from equator to the south pole, again it will deviate and this side will be its left direction. Okay, and this deviation in wind leads to the winds that we called as easterlies and westerlies. Okay, this is Farrell's law, which leads to Coriolis effect. And know that Coriolis force is 0 at the equator and maximum at the poles. Okay. Now let's see the primary, secondary and tertiary winds in detail. Okay. So planetary winds are basically the primary types of winds which blow throughout the planet. Alright, secondary winds are the local winds and tertiary winds are the winds caused by cyclones. Okay, so planetary winds are also called as permanent winds. They will flow in that particular direction only because of the presence of the permanent pressure belts. Okay, so they flow from high pressure to low pressure over the earth's surface and oceans throughout the year. So planetary winds are further classified into 3 types of winds. First is the trade winds, that is tropical easterlies. Second is the westerlies, which blow in the temperate zone, and the third one are the polar winds or the polar easterlies. So at the equator and the poles we have easterlies, and at the temperate zones we have the westerlies. Okay, so this direction, which is easterlies or westerlies, is dependent upon the direction in which they flow. So suppose this is the east direction and this is the west direction. If the wind starts from the east direction and flows towards the west direction, that particular wind is called as easterly. Okay, and the one that starts in the from the western direction and flows towards the eastern direction, it is called as westerly. So towards whichever direction the wind deflects or deviates because of the Coriolis force, that particular direction ka name is taken by this wind. So if it flows from east towards the west, it is called as easterly. So it originates in the eastern direction, hence it is called as easterly. And suppose it flows from west, see, west towards the east, it is called as westerly. Okay, this is the concept. And this particular model which you are seeing here is called as Ferrel's tricellular model of winds. So it is dependent upon the pressure belts that exist throughout the globe. Okay, so what do we have at equator? At equator we have equatorial low pressure belt. Then moving in the northern hemisphere, first let's see the northern hemisphere, then let's come to the southern hemisphere. Okay, so moving forward to the northern hemisphere, we have the tropical high pressure belt. Okay, so what will happen? Winds always blow from high pressure to low pressure. So look at the direction of the wind. From tropical high pressure belt, the wind is coming towards the equatorial low pressure belt. Okay, so the direction of the wind is from this to this. This is the origin of the wind blowing, and from here it is coming to the equatorial low pressure belt, which is its destination. Okay, so if it's coming in this direction, what will happen? In the northern hemisphere, what happens? The wind deflects towards the right direction. So hence the wind will not come, wind is supposed to come like this straight, but it will not come straight, it will deviate in the right direction. Okay, so which direction it is originating? It is originating in the eastern direction and moving towards the western direction, hence it is called as tropical easterlies. Okay, this is the concept. Then moving forward, from tropical high pressure belt, from tropical high pressure belt, here we have the temperate low pressure belt. Hence from tropical high pressure belt, the wind will flow in this direction towards the temperate low pressure belt. Alright, so it is blowing in this direction. Okay, so in what happens again in the northern hemisphere, the wind will blow from the wind will deviate in the right direction, hence this direction, it will deflect in this direction. As you can see here in the figure, it is deflecting in this direction. Okay, hence it is starting from the western direction and going towards the eastern direction, hence we call it as westerlies. So at the temperate zone, what do we have? We have westerlies. Okay, again coming to the polar zone, we have the polar easterlies. Why is this happening? That happens because polar region has high pressure belt, and at the temperate zone we have the temperate low pressure belt. Okay, so what will happen? The wind will blow in this direction from polar high pressure belt to temperate low pressure belt. Okay, and the direction of the wind is like this, hence from this, what is the right direction? This will be the right direction, hence wind will deflect like this. And since it originates in the eastern direction and flows towards the west, again at the polar region we have polar easterlies. Same happens in the southern hemisphere, but in the southern hemisphere the winds deflect in the left direction. Okay, so what will happen? At equator we have low pressure belt, again at moving down we have the tropical high pressure belt. So wind will flow from high pressure belt to the low pressure belt. Okay, so this will be the direction of the wind, but what will be the deflection? At the in the southern hemisphere, the winds deflect in the left direction. Okay, hence this will be the deflection of the winds. And since the winds are originating in the eastern from the eastern direction and then they are moving towards the western direction, hence they are called as trade winds or the tropical easterlies from from the east direction, and they flow towards the west direction. So in whichever direction they originate, they are called as they gain name as easterlies or westerlies. So suppose if they originate from the east direction and blow towards the west direction, they are called as easterlies. So basically जिस direction में they flow उसका opposite name. Here they are flowing in the west direction, hence they are called as easterlies because they originate in the eastern direction. They are blowing from east to west. Okay, तो याद रखने के लिए always remember whichever direction they are flowing उसका opposite name. west की तरफ flow हो रहा है तो easterlies, east की तरफ flow हो रहा है तो westerlies. Okay, so coming down, tropical high pressure belt and tropical temperate low pressure belt. So what will happen, from tropical high pressure belt the wind will blow to temperate low pressure belt. Okay, so this will be its direction. Okay, and in the southern hemisphere what happens, the wind will deviate in the left direction. See, this is the left direction, right? All right, as see, if I am facing this direction and standing, what will be my left, it this side will be my left. Okay, hence the deflection will be towards the left side, and left side is what, east direction. तो ईस्ट डायरेक्शन में ब्लो हो रहा है, मतलब क्या होंगे वो, वेस्टर्ली, सिंस दे ओरिजिनेट इन द वेस्टर्न डायरेक्शन. ओके, वेस्ट टू ईस्ट, वेस्ट टू ईस्ट, हेंस वी एट द टेम्परेट जोन व्हाट डू वी हैव वेस्टर्लीज. एंड similarly in the near the south pole we have the polar easterlies. Okay, so this is the concept of the Ferrell's tricellular model of winds, and this is how the planetary winds blow throughout the globe. All right, now let's see about the local winds or the secondary types of winds. Okay, other things about the easterlies and westerlies, which are some specifications about the easterlies and westerlies, this you can read and you will be able to understand, because there is no concept involved in that. Just read through it, and if you have any doubts just reach out to me. Okay, whatever is the explanation part I will explain here. All right, so let's see the second type of winds, that is local winds or the secondary winds. Okay, the pattern of typical winds you get in a local area are called as local winds. Okay, so local area में एक type of pattern flows, like if the local area contains land mass, then the wind might blow from land to sea, sea to land, ये जो exchange होता है. और if the particular area is coastal region, how will the wind blow from sea to land or land to sea? Or if the particular area is a plain and the hilly region, how will the wind flow from mountain to valley or valley to mountain? That comes under the local winds. Okay, so local winds are not permanent. Okay, just the way how planetary winds blow permanently from high pressure belt to low pressure belt in that particular direction only, local winds are not permanent. Local winds will vary as per the temperature variations in a particular region. Okay, so that is the basic difference between the local winds and the primary winds. Okay, so local winds, let's see. Local winds are of two types. One is sea and land breeze, and the other one is the mountain and valley breeze. Okay, concept is almost the similar only. Okay, so land heats faster. This concept you must have seen in your school days also. So land heats faster than water of the sea during the daytime. Sea and land breeze में क्या interaction आएगा? Land and sea का interaction आएगा. And how the wind blows, how the variation wind blowing का variation will occur. Okay, so local winds में sea and land breeze में land heats faster than water of the sea during the day. Sea water, heating of sea water takes time as compared to that of the land. Land will heat faster during the daytime. So what will happen? The air over the land will be heated faster, because the land has already heated up, and then that's the reason why it will heat up the air faster. Okay, hence air over the land is warmer as compared to that over the sea, because sea water is not yet heated up during the daytime. Okay, hence air over land is warmer as compared to that over the sea. So due to this what happens, there is high pressure over the sea and low pressure over land. So जहाँ पे भी there is high temperature, what will happen, the temperature will be high. Okay, and because of the high temperature what will happen, the air pressure will be low, because the air will become denser, the air will become rarer because of the heating effect. Okay, so what will happen, wherever the land during the daytime what will happen, the land is heated faster. Okay, that's why the air over the land will have low pressure as compared to the air over sea. Okay, because the air over the sea is not yet heated up. Okay, so now again the concept of wind blowing from high pressure to low pressure. Always remember, wind blows from high pressure to lower pressure. Okay, so what will happen during day, the wind will blow from sea towards the land. Why? Because the air over the sea will have high pressure as compared to that of the air over the land. Hence air will blow, or wind will blow from high pressure to lower pressure. Hence during day what happens, the wind blows from high pressure, that is from sea to the land, and during night what will happen, the water must have heated up by then, and the land will start cooling down. Since the land heats up quickly, it will also cool down quickly. Okay, so what will happen? During night time, the air over the sea will be heated up as compared to that of the air over the land. Hence, air over the sea will be rarer as compared to that over the land. Hence, what will happen? Again, air or wind will blow from high pressure to low pressure. Hence, during night, what will happen? The wind will blow from land to sea. Hence, during daytime, what happens? Wind blows from sea to land, and during night time, the wind blows from land to sea. Alright. Same is the concept with the valley and mountain breeze. So what will happen? During day, mountain heats up more as compared to the valley due to its proximity to the sun. Alright. Hence, air is warmer over mountain as compared to that of the valley. Okay, valley. So what will happen? The pressure of the air over the mountain will be less as that compared to that over the valley. Okay, so again wind blows from high pressure to lower pressure. Hence, there is low pressure over mountain as compared to the valley. Hence, air flows from high pressure to low pressure. Hence, breeze flows from valley to the mountain top during daytime, and opposite is the case at night time. What will happen at night time? The air over the mountain will cool down faster as that compared to the air over the valley region. Okay, so what will happen? There will be high pressure at the mountain top, and the air will be cold at the mountain top, and as compared to that, the air at the valley will be rarer. Okay, and it will be heated up more. Hence, what will happen? During the night time, air will blow from mountain top to the valley. Okay, exactly opposite to what happens during the day. So when we have valley and mountain in this scenario, what will happen? During daytime, the air will flow from high pressure to low pressure. Obviously, that is during daytime, the wind will blow from So during daytime, what will happen? The wind will flow from valley to the mountain top, and during night time, the wind will flow from mountain top to the valley. This is how we get the local winds, and the local winds vary with the variation of temperature. So others are the facts about the wind systems, which you guys can just read and you will be able to understand. So these were few of the concepts that I had to teach you. Just go through these and reach out to me anytime if you have any doubts. Oh, okay. Thank you guys.